Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Flash and thank you for joining me for another Marvel Snap video. As always, this week we are back with more decks from Glazer as part of the stream team. I believe we have 4 decks this week, one of which is my own deck. So without further ado, let's get right into the deck breakdowns. First up here we have Gnome's Naughty List. Love the name. This list is pretty much melding of like a Darkhawk package, the Annihilus package, the Mockingbird, you know, make things cheaper package, and then Circe thrown in for a little sprinkle of chaos. It works well. I like it. It's a little quirky because it has several packages, and it asks you to choose a way to win early, right? So multiple win conditions in a deck is good, and of course also we have White Widow in here, Nocturne as that extra level, White Widow giving that extra level of clog along with debris. There's a lot of moving multiple pieces here. Fun deck, give it a shot. We'll see how it performs in the deck gameplay. Next up we have the NoBastBounceGuy list, which is a bounce list. And from what I can tell, a good bounce list. Now, this one has the Angela Kitty, you know, package in it. No Thena here, but some nice moving pieces with Black Swan. And when I say moving, I don't mean that literally, right? But Black Swan in terms of making things cheaper, giving you that. Now, you don't see Black Swan very often, right? But she's a nice turn 5 play. In my play testing, you can sometimes play her on turn 4 depending on what your hand is looking like, and depending on if you want to discount a Sasquatch further for a later turn drop. You have some flexibility there, but it's a mostly standard bounce style list. If you've played bounce at all, this is just a slight variation, and you shouldn't need too much tweaking to get used to it. And here we have OwlGod's Evo X deck. OwlGod's great deck builder, great player, and this is one of the, you know, kind of really good ways to utilize the Angela Kitty Thena package with High Evo, right? Which has been, High Evo is one of those decks that has gone away and not a lot of people are playing it. It's been power crept by so many other things, you know, so many things work well against it. Talking about Red Hulk and Luke Cage and all these things that counter High Evo really well. And in most cases, it doesn't have enough power by itself to go over the top of a lot of things. But here, we're only using 2 High Evo cards, which is the Cyclops and Hulk. But again, the rest of the deck is built around a very strong package, and you have the Prof X sprinkled in here because why not? Because, you know what, Prof X is great, and there's no cannonball here. You're not trying to do any shenanigans. You're just trying to win, shut a lane down, maybe play a Professor X on a Thena or Sunspot lane or even a Cyclops lane, and just win that lane, and then you get to slam slam Hulk down. And you know, sometimes it's fun to just go Hulk smash, right? And last but certainly not least, my own deck here, which Glazer has much more appropriately named Gob of War, which I like better than Eternal Goblins, because, you know, Thena has that God of War that she's been dubbed, you know, in the Eternals part of the Marvel Universe, and it's awesome. So I like the name. And this is everything Glazer says 100% true as far as play lines, as far as substitutions. It is an expensive deck. I know a lot of people don't have Elsa or White Widow or Thena right now. You should probably go out and get Thena, but Elsa, it was the toughest card to try to find a replacement for, but Glazer mentioned Nocturne. That's a great replacement. You could also put, you know, Wolfsbane could go in here somewhere. You know, you've got some flexibility. Wolfsbane could also go in for Thena, etc. White Widow's not required, so she's an easy card to replace with something else. You've seen me play this deck. Go check out my last video where I give you a complete breakdown of this deck, a card by card breakdown, and a bunch of different play lines for it. It is a very strong deck right now. Check it out. And along with that, if you can hit me with a like, subscribe, do all those fun things, it really helps us. We're almost at 600 subscribers. So yeah, thank you. And I appreciate all of you and all the new subs that came over from Glazer. I very much appreciate y'all. And let's get right right into some gameplay. All right, so considering we have, what did I do? Oh, okay, so we can go core turn 1 here. So considering that we have 4 of these to go over, and even though one of them is mine, I don't need to give you much from my deck. You've seen plenty of gameplay from me with that deck. I'll play one here in this video, but I would say if you need some more from that deck specifically, do I want to go Mysterio here yet? No, not yet. Go check out that, like I said, go check out that last video where I give you a complete breakdown and plenty of gameplay to help you understand some of the play lines. Okay, World Forge is good if it hits Jotunheim. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so now we can play the Mysterio with a little bit more confidence here. We can get a discounted Mockingbird. We have a couple things we can do next turn. We have Sentry that's available, or we can play the Sentry next turn, which would give us a even cheaper Mockingbird playline. With the, okay, now she's going to be a 1. If we play the Sentry, then Mockingbird is a 0. And then we can play a Nihilist plus the Mockingbird on turn 5, which is great. So let's just... the squirrels... We're still going to snap, but the squirrels... I mean, they kind of lose mid. So that's kind of done. So we can just play Sentry and we're off to the races. I don't want to play Sentry into Muir Island because that's excessive and puts it into Shang range. So we just win mid. That's easy. The unfortunate part about this is that now they have access to the a Nihilist play before us because they have priority. I mean, we have priority, excuse me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill the right lane. Yeah, let's do that. Because if they play the Annihilus now, that's better for us. I hope this is the play and that we're not just selling this all the way. It sucks that I'm not going to be able to get to play Mockingbird though, so that's a little lame. Okay, there's the Darkhawk. So they're playing a deck that's very similar to this one, in a sense, I suppose. Now we still have Prio, which is not great, but we get to play the Annihilus. So we play ours, they play theirs, and both these negative eights just blow up. I think I have the advantage point-wise. I could 100% be wrong, but we'll find out in a second. Oh, right, because they get to send one of those back over. Oh, Cersei. Okay, that's a good... Interesting that... Okay. Yeah, that could have... The squirrels are what really messed that up. You know, we had... not getting to utilize a 0-9 Mockingbird because of space is really, really hurt there. But again, because I would have put that into the right lane, but we just didn't have the equity. Okay, one more here with the Gnome deck. Hork on turn 1 is one of the most disruptive plays in the game. World Forge. This just looks like playing early Mysterio. Oh crap, hold on. Here's the problem with playing Mysterio now is that the clones aren't gonna go left and middle because I can't play, because Mysterio reads as each one playing into location. So if there's no space or if there's no possibility for the card to get played there, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna have to float because I don't wanna, you know, the whole point of Mysterio in this build is to get all 3 of them out. Alright, I like... Let's just go Rock Slide. I was gonna put Nocturne down, but... Okay, so far that's my build. No, I don't have Nebula in mind. I've been running up against a lot of people playing my build of... Ouch. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I don't love where the rest of this game goes after the peak there. That's not good. Because now you're looking at a turn where, well, I got lucky with Tinkerer's Workshop. We can at least still play the Annihilus or Cersei. The value on them is going to be horrid, but probably kind of have to just go ahead and do that. Yeah. That's a better play than attempting to send them over with Annihilus, because they're surely going to put something in the right lane. And just blowing them up is no fun, right? Let's try to get something good out of that. Okay, we got a Morales for a 1/5. Sentry does nothing. Iron Man's great. Good hit. Thanks, Cersei. Now, of course, there's still a chance they can take this lane. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, this is still good. This is still very good. It's just, you know, sending that over. Man, the peak really hurt us here. We would have really had a good chance in this one if not for the peak. Peak did a number on us. We're still looking okay, but I don't love how the end of this potentially goes. So let's do Debris. And Mockingbird. It's kind of the best of what we're looking at there. Can argue that Mockingbird should go in the left lane. There's a case to be made for that. You know, I like to spread the power as best as possible. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I thought maybe Jeff would go mid. So I was correct on that. So we win mid, I think, unless we're missing something here on that. Oh, Cannonball. Well, we still win, so that's fine. No problem. Easy. Again, it's quirky. It has a lot of different play lines that you have to play around with and practice with, but very good deck nonetheless. Okay, let's move on to the NoBastBounceGuy list. Now, if you are unfamiliar with, maybe that's the wrong word, but if you're not experienced in playing bounce lists, this one might not be for you, but it is a good deck. It is very strong because of just that sprinkle. Just that sprinkle, right? The Sasquatch is a nice little sprinkle with the Angela Kitty stuff. Having Beast is good here, naturally. Kitty would have been great, but not an option. So let's just go. Let's go Hood, Rocket. Let's go Hood, Rocket. Next turn I can go Beast Demon. Wow, they really didn't play anything into Nexus on Angela. That's wild. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get that double buff on Collector from Kitty. It's a slick move there. Okay. Okay, we have the Hit Monkey, which is very good. But we can nope out of Nexus. Not like that's the best plan of action, but double Kitty on the Angela. There's Cable. There's an interesting case to be made where they could have played Cable on the Angela, but they wanted to double kind of try to screw me over. So it's fine. It is what it is. It's all right. We still have cards we can play. Look at that. We got the Sasquatch even. I'm still wanting to do the Angela stuff here, right? Which is Angela, at this point, it's Angela Black Swan. I want to play one more because I made this mistake before in testing. Do your best to play 3 cards on turn 5 because sometimes you might be left with if one of them is Black Swan, because you might be left with a situation where you can play Hitmonkey and Sasquatch on the last turn plus your 0-cost ones, which is very strong. But you have to plan for that. If you only play 2 cards and Sasquatch is going to cost 4, then you can't do both. So be mindful of that. All of that being said, I guess I'll play. I'm not sure which one though, or where for that matter. Let's just put Titania in the left lane. I think that's the accurate thing. Devil Dinosaur. Dig that up from. My goodness. Okay. Man, that's gonna be tough to beat. All right, well, we'll give it a go. Let's go. I mean, it's Sasquatch, it's Hitmonkey, it's, I think, Rocket mid. Yeah, Rocket mid. I like to leave the Hitmonkey for last, just as a last, like, pachoo. Let's go Rocket mid plus Sasquatch, Demon, Hitmonkey. I don't know. There's a case to be made where don't do that and put more mid. This is tough with having Nexus and Sinister London as locations on the board. It's a little rough, but we can put a decent amount of power mid. Okay, we can at least tie Nexus, which is good, which leaves us in a position where we can kind of fight for Sinister London / oh, we got screwed on the... Yeah, I screwed myself on the sewer system. That's why Hitmonkey should have gone first. Don't do that. Don't do that, what I just... Pick a order of operations, people. All right, let's go. One more here with this very fun bounce list, and as I said, order of operations, very important. We seemingly snatched victory from the... Oh man, right out from under us by not playing the Hitmonkey in turn first. Even though you don't have to play it last for the effect to take place. But I don't know, my brain is always like, I like for it to reveal last, it's more fun. And that seemingly cost us a game. Because I don't do the math, I'm not sure what the difference would have been in the right lane if it would have been enough to cover the tie mid. You know, I don't dislike this list. I like this list. I'm just not the biggest bounce move player type thing, right? I think, and if this is, yeah, if this is Phoenix Force, they're for sure gonna play left there. So Rocket doesn't do much for us now, but I'll probably still play it because I can, you know, get the beast down. Vibranium mines on that one. Okay. We're avoiding Hellfire Club. So I'm gonna go Angela, Kitty, Rocket, Falcon. I mean, continuously getting to nope Rocket out of bad situations here is funny. But he did hit this time. We did hit on the Rocket this time. Which is, you know, it's nice to see Rocket here. A card that really doesn't get a lot of play. right. So we gotta put Black Swan down. Plus, I would love to have gotten Bishop down, but Black Swan's a little bit more important here. And actually, you know what? Let's get Black Swan left. Let's get Sasquatch down middle. Oh, wait, because yeah, we're good. Somewhat. They haven't done much so far. So okay, let's maybe that's a ghost spider, or maybe it's an early Taskmaster. I don't. Or Doc Strange. Now, unless they have Arm Zola, we have a good chance to win this game. Which they probably have Arnim Zola, so it's fine. But for the sake of, you know, watching the rest of this play out, I will put the Bishop down in which lane, I wonder. Let's put the Bishop down in the Sasquatch lane. And go. We can't win either way. Because this is going to be 56. So whichever, as long as they choose correctly where to go with it, they'll be fine. But so Bishop, the Rocket's going to be wasted because they're going to play somewhere here. It'll probably be here, honestly. But again, it's not going to matter one way or the other for us. So let's go Bishop, Rocket, Kitty, Nico. It's not going to matter much. Okay, they went mid with it. Interesting choice. Yeah, again, it really, there isn't one of the lanes that they would have picked that would have been the correct choice, so over one or the other. Because there's no way I would have been able to put more than 56 in any one particular lane. Like if we weren't playing, like if I wasn't making this for the content of the video, I would have retreated because I know that I didn't have anything to beat a big Human Torch. I knew that from like turn 2. So that being said, I would have, you know, backed down. But the first snap that they did, I would be like, okay, I'm just going to retreat because I know this particular deck has no answer for that. So it is what it is. It's fine. Let's get to the next deck. And this is the OwlGod Evo X deck, which, like I said, blends nicely with the very small 2-card high evo package, plus the Angela Kitty stuff, all of that. So got Hope in here with Ravona, Nebula, Sunspot. There's a lot happening here, and of course, like I said before, the Professor X. There's a lot happening in this deck that gives you some nice variance for a high evo deck that makes it quite playable right now. I'm gonna go Ravona here. Angela, you can make the case that it's Angela, but there are case scenarios where I'd prefer to go with the Ravona, especially because she discounts Angela and then gives us a losing Hulk. There is not great. They lose Taskmaster and we get a rock off the top, so it's not a good it's not a good switch out of situation there for us. But we can get the Hope down and then go from there. Cosmo is fine. I got no problem with that. We're not doing anything in this deck. I don't think anything in this deck is an on reveal, actually. Nope, nothing. There are no on reveals in this deck, so thank you. I appreciate them for doing that, because now their Cosmo is just playing defense for them, but it's also helping us. Because now I know they can't disrupt my power in that right lane whatsoever. So I would snap. Well, they took the. I was gonna say I would snap. It would probably force them to retreat, but they knew what was happening. They knew what was happening. Let's get another one going. You know, it's funny because they set the Cosmo up trying to hope that. Oh man, Real World sucks. But we do have the good a really good 3-card package here to at least get us through as best as possible. Lady Sif screams... I don't know what it screams, because Lady Sif and Misty Knight in the same deck? What is that? That's interesting. Okay, we'll see what... I got nothing for that, I don't know. Plus the Sunspot. So obviously, I mean, this is high Evo Misty, so this is like a high Evo Hella... Oh my god, please. As if it isn't bad enough for them to start putting high Evo with Hella is disgusting. I'm not here for it. Okay. Nebula and Thena in the same lane. I'm good with that. Sort of. Mojo World, okay. We go Kitty. I'm actually good with going Kitty into Lady Sif here, because we're gonna discard High Evo, which I got no intention on playing that anyway. So actually, let's go Kitty Lady Sif, because I don't think there's gonna be much situation where I'm gonna be able to play Lady Sif anyway. I don't want, you know, to hit anything with that. So I'd rather just take advantage of having that extra 5 power now. Rickety Bridge. Well, now's a good time to play Professor X. Let's, you know. Regardless of if World Forge is going to change it next turn, everything would blow up after the end of this turn anyway. So let's go ahead and get that down now. They're out of there. Well, this is a good deck, I think. There's a lot of, again, variants and multiple play lines that make up this high Evo package very good. And, you know, try it out. If you got everything in here, try it out, give it a go, see how you like it. Let us keep on rolling. And last up, and this doesn't happen very often, but boy Flash, this is my own deck. This is the Gob of War. This deck that I put together. It started as Athena Gilgamesh build, and I started to reverse engineer, take crap out. Gilgamesh is not good, so we just worked our way backwards, and we ended up here with a, you know, kind of the Angela Kitty Athena package with Ravonna and the Goblins and Iron Man. We've got Red Guardian in here. Very strong. You know, White Widow. This is a very strong deck. Play this if you have it. Beats almost everything in the meta. So if you want something that's gonna beat pretty much everything in the meta, this deck is gonna do that. Let's get Elsa down now. No Athena yet, so I'm good with getting Elsa down. We haven't hit Ravonna, which is not great. I would love to have played a Hobgoblin here. So far my opponent is playing my cards, which, as I said before, has started to happen a lot. You know, my deck is kind of ended up everywhere. It was a lot on, you know, once I posted it on Twitter, it just ended up being everywhere, and everybody was playing it, and a lot of people had success. They got to infinite with it, and it's just really good. It's just really good against all of the good things right now that people are playing. So Red Guardian's a possibility here. White Widow's a possibility somewhere. But I think I want, because whatever Red Guardian can shut off here, I'm good with that. So let's go Red Guardian and Kitty. I could Red Guardian Athena. We'll see. They've got Luke Cage. Okay. That's Shadow King. Interesting. So I shut off the Ravonna. Okay, so they got a little Shadow King, Luke Cage package happening here. So we have a couple of options. All right, we can go the Iron Man Kitty route, which is very good. We can go Hobgoblin and Kitty, another great way to finish this out. Those are probably our best options. And considering we have the Elsa, let's go Iron Man mid, Kitty right. I'm not sure that's enough power. There's a case to be made where we put Kitty left. Let's see. Let's see if they play anything in the left lane. They don't. We could have won that. I don't know what they have coming here, but Ghost, yeah, we could have won that easy. Easy. It'd have been an easy 5 points in the left lane and just happy dance all the way to victory. Oh wait, we still win. That's fun. I love my deck so much. Let's play one more. I was gonna say I was gonna play one. Let's play one. And you know, my apologies for not walking through the step-by-step that I usually do most of the time. Just, it's my deck. I get so accustomed to it. Plus, again, I did a complete card-by-card breakdown for this deck with like 4 or 5 games, something like that. So if you want more, go check that out. Please check that video out and see how you like it. I'm just gonna play an Hobgoblin now. Like, it's Hobgoblin the Sinister London is vicious. Oh my goodness, this game's like, okay, if not for the video, we'd be snapping here. So, but we just get to run rampant with goblins all over the place. It's great. This is a condition where your opponent is probably gonna retreat, unless they have a very specific answer for this. But most decks don't. Especially because I'm about to clog that left lane, and it's... Unfortunately, this is probably going to be a very short game. I'm sorry. I don't shoot the messenger. I'm just delivering this. I don't know if they stick around for this. I wouldn't. I'd be out of there. Anything further than this is just pure copium. There it is. Like I said, we would have snapped. At this point, they're probably just wasting our time. Okay, there you go. All right, we knew where that was going. That's it. Those are the decks for today. Go play my deck. All right, if you want, Laser gave you substitutions. If you want more different substitutions that you think you might want to get from me, I'll be more than happy to help y'all out with that. That's it. All right, folks, those were the 4 decks today from our good friend Glazer over at Snap Judgments. This has been another riveting episode of the Stream Team, your boy Flash, and more of this, and you're gonna get more of the, some more of my decks. I'm working on a Cersei Cook that I think could be good. Stay tuned for that. I don't know. I might just put it out anyway. Maybe y'all will have some fun with it. But as far as the stream team goes, I will catch y'all next week with another episode. Thank you very much. Peace.